All right, so today was game week Wednesday. Obviously trying to show guys new situations, more extensive work with the scout teams in some of the, more exotic situations, third downs. You're trying to, work in blitz packages with the defense. Some of the different, like I said, kind of the exotics there offensively, what we could see. Just trying to make sure that as we roll through. Guys are understanding all concepts, but then also the adjustments, that are rolling with that. And so I thought it was a solid day. We've got a lot of things we're going to have to clean up just as we push into game week with today. But I thought the workload, guys have pushed, and I think I said it last week. We've got some irritable folks that are ready to play somebody else. That's a good thing to have, but also making sure that we're focused on the details. Eliminating some of the mistakes that are showing up, and just the consistency overall of what's necessary for us to go out and play our best for 60 minutes. 2 questions. Or no questions.
All right. What's the big? I'll get at least one. What's the biggest difference, I guess, between now from when you wrapped up your first camp here? Like, what's been the biggest area of growth for this program?
There's a lot of the biggest. I would say, probably the overall understanding of, the necessity to the push and really the focus on those little things and the importance. And one of the things I like is when you hear if you have a player make a mistake, their understanding of what it was. And every player is going to have a mistake. Coaches will have mistakes, but when they can in the moment, right, have an understanding of the why, I think it's monumental, because then you can see the way that they adapt the lesson to the next rep and or apply the lesson. Those are things that I appreciate, and you can't get that if you just go through the motions. And even today there was some hesitancy on things, some different looks, some things that guys, we're trying to throw a lot at them to make them uncomfortable. Just for what these first game of the season, you don't know what you're going to see. We're watching, defensively. It's a new defensive coordinator from a different place. There's a lot of things that you're trying to tie personnel. We're going through the process for our guys that, regardless of what we see, that they're going to be able to go out there and execute and be confident in what they're being asked to do within those concepts. And even in those, there's a couple examples of that today that. Just immediately a player said, this was what I should have done, or this was the mistake. And you go back a year ago, that was just, we weren't at that point. And I really like that step that we're taking, and just the importance of the reps. We had Jamie Robinson in one-on-ones today. Had a couple of great reps, and there were things that we've been so specific about talking with them, and you see him almost wanting to fall back into a past habit, but he fixed it right in the moment and had a couple really successful plays. And those are things that get me excited, and it's good to see that happening within the team.
It seems like the DBs and the linebackers too, but the DBs have been very physical sometimes in coverage. What's the balance there between being too aggressive?
For us, it's all. We're going to be aggressive, and we've got big, strong defensive backs, but it comes down to technique. You have to play with your hands tight. If you get your hands wide, you get your hands high. You're putting yourself at jeopardy. And so for us, it's all about the embracing the technique with that physical style of play. And I think we're seeing positive steps there. There's still moments, and that's where that consistency has to show up. In the growth of the fundamentals and the details. But that's something that we want that mentality, and we just have to make sure we're on point. Oh, is that like a third question? A 2.5 question? Yes. No. Yes, that is great. That's great for the receivers, and each game is going to be officiated in the way it's going to be officiated. Receivers, their job is to make sure that they're creating separation and they're getting separation. If there's times that if they allow themselves to be held, then they'll never be called. But they got to be great with their hands, create that separation, make sure that they can be physical and holding a point in what they need to do. And I think that's what's been really nice with the the balance of both sides, because we've seen the receivers have great days and DBs have great days, but that competition between those two I think is making everybody better.